early in the AM. Excuse me if I sound a little bit out of it. But I am here, and this is basketball. This is, a sport that I'm fairly familiar with. Cavaliers Darius Garland has surgery on the injured left big toe that hampered him during the playoffs. You can see this is a solid player for this team. 20.6 points on the season, nearly 7 assists, and just under 3 rebounds. Solid player. He played college basketball for the Vanderbilt Commodores, born in Gary, Indiana. Garland is the son of former professional basketball player Winston Garland. You see him right here. I see that he played for the Golden State Warriors right there. And he may have played for some other teams. It looks like the T-Wolves, the Nuggets, Clippers. Looks like he played for quite a few teams. I see the Rockets as well, and there may be more. But that's his dad, Winston. We look at some of these things on the side here because they may factor into the breakdown as I go forward. I don't try to go long on these. It's just they end up being long breakdowns because the world is that fake. Okay, these characters are that scripted. It looks like they were bounced out of the conference semifinals by the Indiana Pacers right here, 4-1. They're now in the off season. The Cavs. There's their regular season record was very, very good. It appears that they were first in the Eastern Conference. You see 64 wins, 18 losses. But we have this injury, huh? We got this injury going on. Let me pull up an image as I probably read a little bit here. So here, take a look at that image. All right. So the Cavaliers said the procedure was performed by Dr. Nicholas Strasser at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. The All-Star guard missed the final 2 games of the regular season and 4 games during the playoffs with the injury, which was described as a sprain. I mean, you don't want to be missing playoff time, so this had to happen for sure. Definitely wasn't myself. It was pretty uncomfortable, but trying to do everything to win the game. It was frustrating because I wasn't 100%. Garland said after the Cavaliers lost to the Pacers in 5 games in the Eastern Conference semifinals, Garland is expected to spend 4 to 5 months going through a progression of treatment and rehabilitation before resuming basketball activities. By the start of training camp, Garland averaged, as I said, 20.6 points, 6.7 assists during the regular season to help the Cavs finish atop the Eastern Conference. And that's everything they give us with the article. That's just fine because we have everything we need here. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Cavs point guard and all-star this year, Darius Garland, had an injury with his great toe. That is his big toe. He underwent surgery and is now set to miss 4 to 5 months, certainly putting the start of his 2025-26 NBA campaign in question.
No, that's never a good sign here, right? Because what do you usually like about the off-season, Ben? You use that to sort of get your body right, which technically he is, but also improve your game, get into rhythm, so by the time you show up to training camp, what actually happens at this point? You're ready to go for the season. Now we're going to have that delay on the summer, which means you're going to miss 4 to 5 months, and that means 4 to 5 months of, I can't really work out all that hard. Roughly a month goes by before you get that injury taken care of. That's what I don't like about it, because you could have saved yourself 3 to 4 extra weeks by getting that done right away when you already knew you had that toe injury. I don't know if they tried the old, let's give us a little bit of rest, and it just didn't respond over the past month. I understand that, but boy, I would have liked to see that getting taken care of.
So what? He may miss what? Roughly 1 to 2 months possibly of the upcoming season. You can see it up there. Set to miss 4 to 5 months due to toe surgery. They said it's his big toe. They call that his great toe. Injured equals 45. Darius equals 45. He's got the teammate, Donovan Mitchell, who wears 45 on his jersey. You could see it right there. I mean, and remember, the Pacers bounced them out of the playoffs. Pacers won 4 of 5 games in the 7-game series to bounce the Cavs out. 4 of 5 games, 45, out 4 to 5 months, injured, and Darius equal 45 in the language. Look at, I put that in there just to show you. That's interesting, isn't it? Injure 40 and surgery 40. That makes sense, right? So you can kind of see that match there. And out 4 months to 5 months. So, you get the 45, but you get the 40 like 4 as well, right? I mean, that's a solid catch right there to start the breakdown off. Of course, we have a side connection that is absolutely amazing. This is Judy Garland, who played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Okay? Anybody watch The Wizard of Oz? Look at that right there. So this article, look at June 9 on the article. Judy Garland's birthday is June 10th, which is the following day, and you get 2 Garlands. You see that? So, trending on her birthday the following day. Isn't that amazing? They both got the name Garland, and low key, excuse me if you I don't know if that was like a burp or my stomach. I don't know. About to down this coffee though, but I mean, damn. They low key possibly look similar. Possibly. I don't want to stretch with that, but if you look at the pic up here on the right and you look at Darius Garland on the bottom, I don't want to stretch, but possibly low key look similar. And shout out to Richard West. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. We've seen Richard West show or speak on similarities where you could look the same but be black or white. And shout out to Conscious X as well, because I know in Conscious X's videos, I think that's where I may have first seen that. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's possible they may have kind of like a similar kind of smile, I guess. But anyways, I don't need to stretch on that because look at the damn birthday, June 10th with Garland, Judy, and you see Darius Garland here with the June 9 trending story. Isn't that amazing? Wizard of Oz, there's more. She is born in 1969. She was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, right? Look at that. She's born in 69, and that is a complete match with the article 6'9". Don't forget 6'9" is a big number right now amongst decoders, characters on the world stage. Diddy, born in 69. We are in Pride Month right now as well. Some may find a 6'9" connection with Pride Month. Possibly, right? Maybe if you're speaking in sexual terms. I mean, that could be like a stretch as well, but possibly, right? Right? Do they still call it a 6'9" with two females? Yeah, you can call it a 6'9" with two females, I think. But look at, she's born in 69, and the article says 6'9". We get this surgery with Darius Garland. Isn't that amazing? Injured left big toe that hampered him during Cleveland's exit from the playoffs. Judy Garland died at age 47. Darius Garland plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio equals 47. That's the ABC 123 ordinal. That's simple. Anybody can do that, right? O the 15th letter, H the 8th, I the 9th, right? So 15 and 15 is 30, plus 8 is 38, plus 9 is 47. You see that? Notice the death date for Judy Garland, the 22nd day of the 6th month. Like 26, 226. Garland is born on the 26th day of the year. He averaged this last season 20.6 points a game, like 26. Look at his field goal percentage, just over 47%. She dies at age 47. Ohio equals 47. Where he plays his home games. She's born in 1922. Basketball equals 22. Darius Kennard Garland, 200. ABC 123 cipher, you get the 2. His middle name is Kennard. Look, it kind of looks like wizard. Don't get sad about the fake world. I mean, I'm telling you, I get kind of down over it sometimes. It's like, this is amazing. It's like semi exciting. I learn new things every day. This is like the best thing I've ever learned. Um, you know, some normies out there, they don't want to hear it, right? They're too caught up watching TikTok videos. I mean, I'll be scrolling on Facebook and I'll be looking at reels and stuff. I'll be getting caught up. But obviously, this takes up the majority of my free time. I mean, but come on, man. Somebody brings you this information. Look at how these two Garlands on the world stage are synced up and it's obvious. Like, drop what you're doing. Wow. Show some interest. Maybe share it with others. Like, this is obvious. And if you think it's a coincidence, you can look at all the videos I have exposing this. Kennard like wizard. They both got the DG. Dorothy Gale was the character. Follow the yellow brick road. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Is that where that comes from? The Wizard of Oz. The yellow brick road. DG, Dorothy Gale. DG, Darius Garland. It's probably a good time to go over here now. It's not a coincidence that she died 12 days after her birthday as well. Notice how Winston Garland, Darius's father, former NBA player, notice how he's born in the 12th month as well. Look at, he was drafted 40th overall. His father, Winston. Remember, injury equals 40, surgery equals 40. Winston, man, Winston's got the W like Wizard. His dad. Winston's got that W like Wizard. He wasn't as great of a player as his son, it appears. He averaged 6. Look, he had the 12 on the jersey right there. Look it over on the right. Born in the 12th month. See that? Amazing. So, explain The Wizard of Oz. Musical fantasy film produced. Okay. The deeper meaning in a 2020 edition of the Rose Qua Journal, an article written by Timothy J. Ryan argues The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is an allegory of the mystic's journey using classical alchemical symbols and operations as Dorothy. Good God, can we get a simpler version? As Dorothy sojourns along the golden path toward reintegration and the discovery of the philosopher. Can we get a simple meaning? Simple meaning of Wizard of Oz?
According to
It's not
Study.com,
simple.
the story is an allegory for the rise of populism that was occurring in the 1890s, as well as for the debate over whether to hold on to the gold standard for currency or to begin using silver.
I think that's cap right there. I could probably come up with something better myself. And you probably have multiple versions, right? So was this would have been the original, I'm guessing? In 1939, winning a special Oscar for her juvenile performances. Garland's film career spanned film, stage, radio, and television, including her own weekly show. When a tornado rips through Kansas, that would have been interesting if it was Cleveland, huh? Dorothy and her dog Toto. Why do I feel like we just had a breakdown with the dog in it? Oh, that was my Scooby-Doo Shaggy connection breakdown I did. Anyways, Toto and Dorothy are whisked away in their house to the magical land of Oz. They follow the yellow brick road toward the Emerald City to meet the wizard, and en route they meet a scarecrow that needs a brain. I just did my last video where the girl was allegedly beaten by police. The Iranian rapper, he was making music against the government over there after the girl died. They said, what did they say? Ah, man, I think they said something like she died of some kind of brain injury and a heart attack. Or I think she supposedly really died from a brain injury after the beating, but they said it was a heart attack. The authorities. That syncs up here because the scarecrow needed a brain, and then you had the lion, the cowardly lion here, and the lion's associated with heart. Look, missing a heart. Oh, the Tin Man missing a heart. Isn't that amazing? the Tin Man missing the heart, and then you get the brain. And look, I'll pull that decode up right now too. That's kind of amazing. That's on the fly. That's kind of amazing. It was this Iranian rapper here, and he was upset. Look at right here. The law enforcement command of the Islamic Republic of Iran stated that she had a heart attack. You see that? Now let me read more. At the police station, collapsed and fell into a coma before being transferred to a hospital. However, eyewitnesses, including women who were detained with Amini, reported that she was severely beaten and that she died as a result of police brutality, which was denied by the Iranian authorities. But when you look her up on Google, it'll say something referring to the brain, like brain injuries as well. So that's interesting right there. But I don't want to go too long here. But that's interesting. And that was like the last video I dropped. Don't forget, out 4 to 5 months, injured 45, Darius 45. They got beaten out of the playoffs by the Pacers. The Pacers won 4 out of 5 games. Donovan Mitchell, the teammate of Darius Garland, with that 45 on his jersey. Donovan's got the D like Dorothy, D like Darius as well. And look, Diddy's trending. He's got D, right? Donald, D with the president. It's not a coincidence the Wizard of Oz released 2 days after Kobe Bryant's birthday. Even, obviously different years, right? But on the calendar, August 23rd, Kobe birthday, August 25, Wizard of Oz. Why is this important? Darius Garland, his birthday's Kobe Bryant's death date on the calendar, January 26th. You see that? Obviously, he was born 20 years before the death date, but you see January 26th, Kobe Bryant day to death, Darius Garland birthday. One way or another, this is going to sync up. A lot of times this would happen and they would have the same initials or something, right? But you get connections in different forms. It's not always like it's going to be the same every time. That's why we do our breakdowns. Because it isn't like a perfect code. You just gotta catch it in a different form, if that makes sense. But check that out. And just some other, moving past the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz connection. That's amazing that his middle name's Kennard. Sounds like wizard a little bit. Plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Land, Darius Garland. And look, their team physician, look at his name, Dr. James Rosnick. One of them, James, like LeBron, who put the Cavs on the map. They, helping them get the championship. They drafted him. Akron boy, Akron, Ohio. So that's interesting. Dr. James, the doctor here, team physician. You got Dr. Bob Anderson as well. But Garland kind of looks like Kyle Lowry right there a little bit. And you see Monday right there, and you see June 9th. Monday, 134 days with this surgery. Darius Garland, 134 days after his birthday. 133 days in between the two dates. Darius Kennard Garland equals 133. In reverse reduction, I hope you like the decode. I hope you like the thumbnail. That's funny. Just everything I entered right there. You know, there may be more little things within there, but I try to keep it with the really good stuff. And then if I catch anything, I add it. And I just like it to be kind of organic like that. There's even 40 date numerology. I'm noticing right here with on the surgery date. And also look at the surgery date, the 160th day of the year, like 16. Remember, Ohio equals 16 and 61. His last birthday has the 16 date numerology. Oh, wow. This is big. His birthday leaves 339 days in the year. His last birthday, like 39. Remember, The Wizard of Oz came out in 1939. And this 40 date numerology on the surgery day. Remember, injure has the 40, surgery has the 40. Like 4, out 4 to 5 months. That's simply amazing. Wow, his last birthday left 339 days in the year. And The Wizard of Oz came out in 39. Nice. So usually if I remember, I like to scan down the article just to see if anything else pops. And that's everything they gave us. So that's solid. And the teammate Donovan Mitchell with that 45 on his jersey. He definitely looks like somebody else on the world stage. I may have pointed it out before. I just can't pinpoint it now. He definitely looks like somebody else on the world stage. He's got that September 7 birthday. He's got that Easy E birthday. Spida Mitchell. He's got that Easy E birthday, and that's the day Tupac got shot as well. That's the day Tupac got shot as well. Okay, so I mean I'm gonna consider that a solid breakdown. You get the Judy Garland connection. Cavaliers Darius Garland has surgery on the injured left big toe. That would be interesting if it was like his heel. Remember the clicking of the heels? There's no place like home. There's going to be a deeper connection with the Wizards. Look, this guy on the Pacers. Ooh, there's a basketball team, the Wizards. That's interesting. That's another connection. There's a basketball team, the Wizards, like Wizard of Oz. Damn. Look at this guy on the Pacers has the 26 on his jersey. Darius born on the 26th day of the year as well. But the big toe, there's going to be another connection there. But I got to, we're good, right? Surgery on the injured left big toe that had hampered him during the playoffs. And yeah, he missed some playoff games. That's not going to fly. Shout out to y'all. Daily Decodes 812. Math 2Con. You could call me Matthew. Just know you got this decode and this information from me and the Associated Press. Shout out to y'all. Peace.